Hello, Aquarius, and welcome to Deku Tarot and to your December 2019 reading. We're at the end of a decade, at the end of the year. It's big energy, a lot of really big shifts, and I actually wasn't going to do your reading today, but I got really called to do so. I was out driving, and then the song came on, and I was like, I don't know why, but I feel like this has a lot to do with what Aquarius is going through right now, and it's going to be important. And then I looked at the clock and it was 3:33. So then I was like, okay, time to sit down and do your reading and see what this is all about. So let's talk a little bit about the astrology and then we're going to get into your reading. I'm going to pull with the Aquarian Tarot along with a bunch of other decks because I think that we are going to be using a lot of decks today for you. All right, so this is for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. If it doesn't resonate with you, the messages aren't for you. Don't take them and don't get upset, but do check out your rising sign, your moon sign, and maybe your Venus. They might resonate better with you or have messages you need to hear. So, I'm sorry about the lighting. All of a sudden, it got really dark and cloudy, and that was another thing I noticed was it just felt like there was a storm looming in the distance, like the clouds were gathering, and then this song came on, and it talks a lot about feeling really alone. And I can't say all the lyrics of it because then I'm going to probably get sued or something. But it's Bishop Allen's Choose Again. So again, Choose Again by Bishop Allen. Oh, sorry, that wasn't it. That's not the one. Ghosts Are Good Company by Bishop Allen. And Choose Again was one that first kind of struck me a little bit afterwards. I was like, that kind of feels like it has something to do with you, but in general, I just feel like that's just the energy right now. But so listen to that song, but listen to especially Ghosts Are Good Company by Bishop Allen. It really talks about kind of putting your energy into your ghosts. And, it talks about, I would have died just to hear voices. I was so alone. It talks about, I went deep into my graveyards, found my ghosts there. They're with me still. And then it kind of goes off and starts talking about, oh, I hate myself. And I hate myself, but it's like, I can't do this. I can't do that. I can't believe. I don't want to finish all the lyrics because, again, I'm going to get in trouble. But, it talks a lot about, needing to change your ways before they change you. And being afraid of the emptiness, being afraid of the ghost, being afraid of the silence, but now that you kind of put your energy into ghosts, putting your energy into past traumas, past problems, if you have those and you're bringing them up again into the forefront of where you are, into the now, you're going to surround yourself with this, with your ghosts, literally. So, and you could get yourself stuck in a really nasty rut, But let's talk about that. Let's talk about your astrology. We're going to get back into that line there, just because I don't want to forget about the astrology, because it's pretty important actually right now. December 3rd, we have Jupiter moving into Capricorn, your 12th house, so a lot of inner world, looking at your life from within there, needing to release old patterns, obsessions, past traumas, which is, I think, where we're getting a lot of this, ghosts are good company energy. If you put energy into your ghosts, if you start focusing on the past and reliving the past, or even if it's just traumas and you're bringing those traumas of the past, bringing even like childhood, teenage traumas into the now, if you bring that energy in and allow it to stop you, it will. And I feel I always have to explain this or like talk to you guys a little bit about releasing that kind of energy and letting the past go. You have to let it go and stop living with the ghosts, okay, of what was. December 10th, we have Mercury moving into Sagittarius, your 11th house. So that can be, new friends, more new connections, new communities, or just really getting more involved in our friendships and in our communities there, okay? We could even be joining new groups, exploring new, things that we enjoy and creating friends there. December 11th, 12th, we have the full moon lunar eclipse in Gemini, which is in your 5th house of creativity. And that's a very creative energy right there. So you could be really expansive in terms of what's coming into your mind at that time around ideas, what you want to push forward in terms of how you're going about something. If you're an artist, it's a very creative time for you, and I highly recommend getting into that vibe and, creating some art. December 20th, 21st, we have Venus moving into your sign, Aquarius. So it's going to bring about a lot of popularity, peace, harmony. It's going to be really good energy for you. You're going to be coming across very attractively as well with Venus in your sign. Your relationships are going to come into focus and feel more harmonious. And you're going to be seeking out, again, peace in your relationships. December 22nd, we have the sun moving into Capricorn. And then on December 26th, we have the new moon solar eclipse in Capricorn, all in your 12th house. So this is going to be a big 12th house year. As we know, Jupiter in Capricorn is there for like the full year. So it's going to be a big 12th house year for you in terms of releasing old patterns, obsessions, and traumas. So if they are coming up now, it's because Jupiter doesn't let you kind of just get away with letting things go and whatever, like not doing the work. It's going to say, you need to learn from this. You need to see why this is coming up. And again, why you've been hanging out with your ghosts. So release past traumas, release those bad habits, release poor ways of living, lesser ways of living, lesser ways of putting your energy into things, okay? You deserve more and you should be vibrating and working on a higher level at this time. Instead of, I feel like, again, going back to places where, I know it's like you're going back to these low places where you should find discomfort and you shouldn't want to, but again, you're hanging out with your ghosts and it's very lonely right now. It's really weird. So let's pull a card for your energy this month. Because your energy feels like it's giving me like almost heart palpitations. You and Leo have, like after Leo's reading, I had heart palpitations for the rest of the day and I couldn't do any more readings. It was crazy. And if you do this to me, Aquarius, we're going to have some beef. No, not really. I love you guys. But I have a really strange feeling and I did not have that much caffeine today. I've actually been drinking a lot less coffee. I didn't even have any tea. All I have is water, so I know it's your energy that's giving me this really bizarre feeling. Okay, so let's see what your energy is. Oh my God, define this. This is so weird. Oh, that's not what I wanted, but it explains the weird feelings for sure. It's Nine of Swords. I did not want this to be your energy for the month. That's not what I was hoping for, but I knew there was a reason we were drawn to do your reading right now, huh? Nine of Swords, that's where all this weirdness is coming from. It's like it's almost like an anxiety attack. So if you've been spending, again, too much time with the past, you've been spending too much time with your traumas, if you've been allowing them to take over your life and run the show, you're not going to be able to ignore it. Not with Jupiter moving into Capricorn, your 12th house. It's going to manifest within problems in your mind. You're probably going to have, if you haven't been dealing with, trauma, if you haven't been healing, if you haven't been working on releasing situations, again, I'm releasing all that stuff I've been talking about, the past traumas, the negativity, the obsessions, the, where's the word? Negative patterns. You haven't been doing anything about them, and I think that it's come up before that you guys weren't, and you guys actually got mad at me in that reading. And I want you to know, I love you guys. I'm in your energy when I do this reading. I'm doing this for you, and if it doesn't resonate, don't take it, but they're coming through for somebody. So let's look at what your goals and your focus is, and we're going to pull out a lot of cards, I think, before we go in too deep with your reading. Guys, come on, give me one more for focus and goals. I don't think we can just give you that. What's going on with you? What is going on with you? Oh my gosh, Aquarius. Be really careful in terms of, what's the word? I'm trying to say this without sounding rude. Alcohol and drug abuse. There's just no other better way to say it. Be careful not to deal with your problems in terms of using unhealthy outlets to deal with your emotions about this, deal with your headspace. Three of Cups was the first card reversed out, and then we get the Ten of Swords reversed. You are focusing on letting go of things, though. You do want to, because you are going to notice this month. I mean, Jupiter going into Capricorn is not going to allow you to ignore all this stuff. It's not going to let you ignore that you've been hanging out with your ghosts and that it's become a serious problem and that you have maybe dipped into the cups a little bit too much, or you've been having a pity party. And please don't get mad at me for this. I do love you guys. And I have Aquarius placements myself, so don't get mad. It's not like a personal attack. I don't have beef with Aquarians. I will admit on the low-key I've had beef with one other, like with one sign. There is a sign that I continuously do not get along with, but I don't let that come through my readings. So know that it is not you. And I don't have beef with you guys. I don't have beef with any Aquarians in my life. But I mean, we're going to pull out more cards before I even talk anymore. There's just too much going on here. Let's use let's use a softer touch here because I think you guys need it for the weeks, for each week. We're going to pull a card for each week of the month. Then we're going to pull some then we're going to go to major obstacles and defining events. And then we're going to clarify how the month plays out with all of this energy on the table. All right. So week by week, week 1 of December for Aquarius, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Interesting. Capricorn actually got the same card, 9 of Pentacles. I'll show you them in a second. Don't worry. This deck is really big, and I kind of have to carry it. Not carry it, but I pulled this as I was trying to say that. I have to hold the deck, but he has to carry the wands. 10 of Wands. 3rd week of December. One card, please. Oh my God, they're jumping around like fish or something. You ain't gonna like this one. Okay. Please just guys, you and Leo. And if you have any Leo placements, I highly recommend going to watch their reading. I don't know why I'm getting this message, but you guys have had the toughest reads so far, if I'm being honest. You guys are learning lessons that are uncomfortable and difficult. And I mean, I think that good things are actually happening with Leos as opposed to you where things don't feel, I mean, like you're not seeing the progress that you want. You're not seeing your dreams come true, and it's really, really making you mad. Your last 2 cards for the last 2 weeks here are the Star reverse, which is your card reversed. And that to me, when your major arcana card shows up in any point in the reading and it's not in the upper right, you are not in a clear headspace. You are in a very unbalanced position. And I mean, if we didn't already know that from the 9 of Swords and the heart palpitations I'm literally getting as I say this, then you need to know that your headspace it's very negative right now. It's not healthy. You are in a very bad place. There's a lot of pessimism here. And yet there is this stubborn pride along with it. I'm not going to give this up. It's like when a dog is chewing on a bone that is, and I'm sure if you have dogs, you know what I'm talking about. Whether it's a treat or, one of those rawhide bones or just a bone you give it and you're like, okay, this has had its fill. Like, it's going to start breaking and, like, choke you now. Time to give it up. And then you have to fight with it and you're like, this isn't good for you. I'm taking this away because it's not good for you and you're going to kill yourself if you eat this. And it's just like, no, it's mine. Like, and you won't let go. And that's where we're at here. I feel like a lot of you are not letting go of something that causes you so much oppressive energy. It's like you'd rather, okay, I get it now. For some of you, this is really about, you like the appearance of where you're at right now to others. You like some type of feedback in terms of the physicality. Maybe I don't know, the way it makes you look. I don't mean just in a physical sense. For some of you, it is a physical sense, feeling good about yourself physically and getting the attention that you want. But there's an oppressive, soul-sucking, life force-sucking, pessimistic pride here that is not allowing, that you will not allow to bend so that you can have something better. Like, you think it's one way with the 9 of Pentacles, everything might feel, I don't know, it's like you're unwilling to see the truth. You're unwilling to see something in terms of how actually devastating it is to you. And at the end of the month here, you're ending it out with the Five of Swords. So I do think there will be a fight, there will be conflict, and I'm going to be honest, it doesn't feel like you're on the winning side of it, because I think that this, again, not so much this, but it could be a person or a situation, but Jupiter and Capricorn is really what's going to throw this in your face and say, this isn't working, Aquarius, it's not going to work, and the more energy you put into it, the harder I'm going to make this for you. The more painful it's going to be. So Nine of Swords here, I need you to get out of the cups and out of your head and stop thinking, there's no way forward. There's no way that anything could get, worse than this. This is just such a, it's just such a negative card here. Like, I'm just trying to find, it's like you're vacillating. You know this is important. You know that where you're at, you have important decisions to make. You know that things need to change, and yet you're vacillating on the loss and the tragedy, the desolation of it all. Sorry, I just got a phone call. I need more cards. We need more cards. We need more cards. I'm sorry. I don't want you guys to get mad at me, because you guys take it real personally when the readings don't go happy, happy, joy, joy. And I love you guys, but please don't take it personally. Jupiter and Capricorn wants you to not, it's kind of like, think of when a parent is teaching you a lesson, you goddamn hate them at that time. You hate them for what they're trying to tell you, and that you're wrong and this and that. And you're like, I don't want to see it that way. No. And so then you walk that path, and by the end of it, you're like, oh, I get what they were saying now. They warned me if I did this, this was going to happen, and it's happening. So let's get some cards about the major obstacles and the defining events, because no, we're using the Hermetic for this. I can't ignore it. No, we're not even just using the Hermetic. We're using, I knew I put these cards on the table for a reason. I put them out and I was like, Aquarius, I think you need these. I actually don't have my booklet for it on me, and it's somewhere in that tarot shelf. It's a mess, so we're just actually going to use the Hieronymus Bosch deck without any of the actual meanings, and I'm hopefully just going to remember them, because their meanings are very special and very potent and super different. So let's see. If you want a special and very different, very challenging, interesting deck that tells it like it is, the Hieronymus Bosch Tarot. All right. Let's get your challenge, not so much your challenges, your major obstacles, your defining events of this month. Okay, are you going to come out the normal way? Because now I lost you. See that? Il Papa La Torre. It's going to be big. You have consciousness. If you have been trying to push back spirituality, consciousness growth, there's too much 12th house energy now. It's going to come in literally. The changes that you need to make are going to slap you in your spiritual health. They're going to slap. It's going to come in, not even like a slap, like a bomb. So you will let this go too far, and I think it's being taken out of your hands here. I think I tried to warn you about this last month, guys. Oh. Wow, your need for control of something and your inability to see it in the way that you needed to see it. Oh my God, and the changes that you didn't make about it, though. I'm sorry, guys, but this is what happens when you don't make the changes yourself. The universe will come in and make it so much harder for you. And I feel whoever's resonating with this probably isn't for all Aquarians, and I hope it is not for all of you. And there are plenty of other readers out there if this isn't resonating with you, so don't get at me. But, oh, it's like slapping you left, right, sideways. You know what? I'm actually going to pause this, and I'm going to find the booklet, because I can't. I need the meanings. Okay, we got him. So let's talk about your challenges. Let's do it, Aquarius. Oh God, I might even just have to call this an extended reading because I didn't expect this to get like this, but here we are. Look at my hair now. You're making me crazy. The Hierophant and the Tower. Okay. And then you know what comes out after him? And you're gonna love this. There's so much like authority, like you trying to be up against authority is going to make authority take away your success. Six of Wands reverse ain't good. I'm going to be honest with you. And it comes right along with the Judgment card reversed and then the Six of Swords. Six of Swords in this deck ain't good either. None of this is very good. I'm going to be honest with you. So if you don't want a harsh reading that tells it like it is, or a harsh reader that tells you like it is, I am not the person for you. Excuse me. Drink some water this month. People don't realize how dehydrated you can get in this season, and that dehydration can actually bring about, or at least worsen depression. The Hierophant, the just man, must not be afraid, especially not of himself. Faith. You got to have faith that these changes are what I just feel like this is changes in also your faith, and your faith in yourself. Because I know that you guys have been saying all along, I have faith in myself, I'm proud of me, I'm doing my best. But I feel like you were putting your energy into all the wrong things, and that energy wasn't faith in yourself. It wasn't that you really could believe you could do what you were going to do because you weren't doing it. Anyways, where is it? The Tower. The once beautiful ruins are now inhabited by devils. Destruction. So something that you thought was going to be beautiful, something that you had faith in, that you were like, no, this is it. This is my break. This is what I'm meant to be doing. And because then we get the Emperor. Authority comes from the man, not from his clothing, but the man must wear these clothes to make his authority recognized, the father. You got to put on your big boy pants, is how I always see this card. It's like saying you got to put on your big boy pants in the face of change. Read it. If you read it a different way, whatever, but I'm the reader here and this is my reading, and some people will go in the comments and be like, this actually means this. No, this is how I read it, and this is what's being channeled through me, so don't try to, tell me I'm wrong in my own reading. This is about putting on your big boy pants. A situation is unfolding here, a change in your faith, a change in what you thought was solid, stable, going to be it. You had faith in this. You really believed that, there was no wrong way, that this was all going to be fine. There it is going wrong. Time to put on the big boy pants. Time to take authority here and realize that not everything is about the material. Not everything is about appearing as the Nine of Pentacles to everybody and everything. You are the humanitarian, and you do want to please people. Much like Libra, nobody really talks about Aquarians. Kind of, you're different, and you run to the beat of your own drum, but at the same time, you do try to please the world, and you do want to please people, and you do want to look a certain way and be a certain way. And that's an air sign thing. Six of Wands. I'm not trying to come at you in any way. Please don't think I'm ever trying to come at you guys. I love you all. We have fun, but I ain't gonna tell you BS. Six of Wands, the child. Even if one is headless, one can still learn and laugh. But when it's reversed, you're laughing when you probably shouldn't be, and things are not successful. You're running around gallivanting, having a little too much fun, and you're wasting away an opportunity, a situation that could be successful. You're literally wasting away your success. So again, time to take control of the situation. You've been burning your success. What is it? You've been putting your eggs in all the wrong baskets. And that has kind of stunted you. You can't really move forward the way you want to. You haven't been able to. Judgment reversed. Sorry, I was about to cough, and that's why I was like, let me get some water. And this cold that I got up north is traveled down, and now I'm coughing. Judgment. To make progress in the future, we must have carried out all that which came from our past responsibility. I'm going to say that one more time. To make progress in the future, we must have carried out all that which came from our past responsibility. You got to deal with the past. You have not dealt with you haven't grown in your responsibility. You need to take responsibility here. And this is literally saying if you are someone that needed to mature, get a real job, do something real, take care of some real problems, there's like no way to escape this at this point. When Judgment is reversed, Six of Wands is reversed, and then you get the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is a harsh message as well. The Hunted One, whenever one is submitted to a lashing and whip, a lashing whip and pain, one runs as far as possible. You don't want to deal with the pain of this. You don't want to deal with the embarrassment. You don't want to deal with the I told you so's. Literally, this is saying you haven't dealt with this because you didn't want to deal with the I told you so's. And that's what's happening this month. It's saying, no, you can't run away from this anymore. If you think you're running away from this, you're not. You have to deal with these problems. And I have to say, they're problems you've created. Through, again, lack, it feels like, of responsibility. Lack of doing what is best for you and instead indulging yourself in what is fun and what could work out and what you see other people. I mean, it's almost like some of you guys like, I want to be famous because I see these people living their best lives and, you know, doing this and doing that. And that's not how it is. And reality is going to come and really knock down that tower for you this month and going to say, you know, you should have known better. You knew this wasn't for you. A part of you knew that this was going to happen. I want you guys to feel like I've just been yelling at you for like a half hour because I love you guys, but I mean, I'm going to try to tell you this in a way where we can work through this, where you can kind of change your outcome and you don't have to be in all this pain, okay? That's what I try to do as a reader, is get you on your highest and most fulfilling path. And sometimes those messages aren't the easiest to give, and sometimes they're harsh and they come off as hurtful and you can take offense. But know that if you are taking offense to this at this time, it is that element of pride that doesn't want to see you hurt. Every time, you know, a lashing comes around, every time we have to experience pain, you run away as far as possible. You can't run away from it. You have to recognize that you do this. The sun, literally that. All these things are going to be highlighted. And it will be for your benefit. You will be happier once you have faced all of this. I promise you. The age of Aquarius is coming, and that's why all of this stuff is happening right now. And that's why it's so hard on you specifically. Nobody's been talking about how hard it is on you. Yeah, it's kind of tough on Leos, Scorpios. Tauruses are going through it, but Tauruses are in their Uranus and Taurus thing, and they're fine. They're going to do fine with that because they are used to it now. Okay? They're working through that. But you... No one's talking about what you've been going through, and you've been going through it. You've been living with your ghosts. You've been in the past. You've been living in this melancholic, dark place, and it's time for you to shine the light. 10 of Pentacles reversed. You can't do it anymore. There is no more stability in whatever it is you've been putting your energy into. It won't pay the bills anymore if that's what this issue is. It's not going to make you feel good, and you're going to realize that whatever you've been doing here, I just feel like is very detrimental to your physical and mental health. So watch out. You know what that is. Six of Pentacles. Ask for help and you shall receive. Lord of material success. You will have new opportunities for money. People will help you. And if you ask for help, they will give you things to do and new ways of moving forward. For those of you who need to hear this, you do bring something to the table, something real, and you are going to be fine. But you have to believe that you are bringing something to the table in the first place. And for a lot of you, you don't have confidence in what... Yeah, you do. The Devil reversed. You'd rather delve into this illusory mindset, this place that is just not real. It's giving you, it's almost like, you know, instead of real money, they're giving you like fake online money. What is the word I'm looking for? Like here, we'll pay you in candy. If you've ever watched Flapjack, The Misadventures of Flapjack, I'll pay you in candy, but it's like, what about the money? How are you going to pay rent, do this, do all these other things? All they want is candy. If all you want is attention, if all you want is instant gratification, if that's all you've been working for, no amount of help is going to get you out of this unless you help yourself. People are not going to be nice about it either. Knight of Swords. Ooh. Yep. You will lose people. Ooh, so we just got the World. Hold on. The World reversed and the Two of Pentacles reversed. That's not great change, and that's a chapter ending here. Something will be taken away from you if you don't make this decision to do something about it first. It's time to cut something out. It's time to end a chapter. It's time to let something go, because it will be taken from you, and nobody will be there to say, yeah, you should, let me help you with that. You know what I mean? Because it feels like if people have been trying to help you, they've been trying to help you for a while. And at this point, it's kind of like, no, I'm hands off. Wow. Okay, yeah. You're going to be really confused, and there's going to be endings, and you're not going to understand why with the people around you. 7 of Cups and 10 of Swords. For those confusing, weird relationships that never seem to make sense, it might be best to just end them. It also... Let me get one more. Oh my gosh. Please, guys. Oh my God. 9 of Swords. Okay, that's what it is. People will try to show you in different directions. They will try to stop you from doing what you're doing. And at the end of it, you're going to be like, why did everybody let me do this? But for some of you, you needed to do this to learn this lesson. Jupiter going into Capricorn. Jupiter also just doesn't, in any sign, isn't going to let you just make mistakes. Isn't going to let you just do things without feeling it, without seeing the consequences. So all right, let's get some... I'm like trying to see what deck to use here for some nicer messages. Let's see. Let's use the Aquarian for any types of advice and where this advice can take us. Advice and where it can take us in the midst of how this is all playing out this month. The Gemini full moon is a place where you can either delve too deeply into the unreal, or you can recognize that you're living in maybe a fantasy land and it's fighting reality, and do something about it. What is your advice? 4 of Cups reversed. Stop waiting around for things to change. You have to change them. You're waiting for the perfect opportunity, perfect offer. It's already come and gone. People have probably already tried to alert you to this and that, and you haven't been taking it the way that you needed to. And now is the time where you might start feeling really emotional about it. Oh my God, what have I done? Oh my God, I needed to change this much earlier. Magician, but you can. And as I say that, Scylla starts barking. So as soon as I started pulling him out, she started. You have the power to change this. If you're willing to do something about where you're at, if you're willing, yeah, oh man, to fight. Oh my God, there's a lot of little things you have to do to bring about this new beginning, and you might not know where it's going, but don't be a fool as well. People are going to point out your foolish behaviors. They're going to show you all these things, and things might, again, start falling apart at the seams in this way, that way, all these little ways, just things not working out, little issues. I'm sorry, I don't know why she's barking so much. It's kind of annoying, sorry. But the 5 of Rods here with the Fool also says to that in this new beginning there are some, I'm sorry, I don't know what her problem is. Let's pull one more for advice and outcome here. I'm not going to make you sit in her barking for so long, or I'm going to have to go tell them to be quiet. She's one of those dogs that just keeps barking and never stops. And it's annoying. If you don't ask for help, you won't get it. And if you don't listen when people do offer you help and advice, it's gonna not be good. Oh my God. I mean, no matter what here, we get the Page of Swords and the Star reversed. You have to, woo, there it goes. Okay, we got it, we got it. Earth signs might be helpful. I have a feeling maybe a Virgo wants, you might be afraid of getting an I told you so from a Virgo, but you kind of might deserve it. It's like Page of Swords, the Star reversed. It feels like people are watching you kind of falter this month and watching you make some decisions, watching, you know, what's happened here, and you're not going to feel very comfortable about it. But also, if you're willing to see what they're seeing, if you look at this from their perspective, if you look at this from anyone's perspective but your own, you're going to see why people are concerned. And again, why there is this, you're going to see why people are seeing you as stubborn and kind of chaotic. Because the Star reverse is extremely chaotic. Again, pessimistic. There's loss, or there's a dreaminess about like things that is just not living in the reality, in the now. You need to watch out for that. You need to see that in yourself and do some grounding. Ground yourself into reality. You know, the Knight of Pentacles has long-term goals, and it's like, whoa, 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 let's get into a much more realistic perspective, very Virgoan. And the Queen of Pentacles, she is, you know, the Queen of Manifestation. She doesn't have to worry about money. She doesn't have to worry about really anything. She's just abundant. She's intelligent, and she is inclined to, you know, doing things in an orderly, efficient, very down to earth, very practical way. She's into the practicalities. If I want money, I'm going to have to do this. If I want a real job, I'm going to have to do this. If I want a real relationship, I'm going to have to do this. If I want to get better, I'm going to have to ask for help. I'm going to have to go and get therapy. I'm going to have to go to the doctors. I'm going to have to start working out. I'm going to start having to eat right, cut certain things out of our diets. There is major change that, you know, you're being asked to do. And this month, it's going to be uncomfortable seeing yourself and seeing how things have gone, how things, you know, how bad things have gotten from another person's perspective. It's almost like you're seeing it from the other person's perspective all of a sudden, from everybody outside of you that's been worried about you this whole time. All right, Aquarius, I feel like we need to stop soon because this is too much. All right, so let's pull some cards here for romance. Some Doreen Virtue Romance Angel Oracle cards for you. We get separation. Oh my God. Time apart from your partners on the horizon. For some of you, it's needing to separate yourself from a negative and very toxic relationship, from obsessive patterns and behaviors, okay? Past traumas. You have to separate yourself from ex problems. You have to separate yourself from people that bring up romantic issues and problems. Could also be, even if you don't want to break up forever, it could be that you need to just take some time apart. Deception. Oh my God, guys. Why is this like someone is wearing a false mask in this relationship? I'm going to leave that one exactly like that. And we're going to pull a Stacey DeMarco Halloween Oracle. You've had really intense messages. I want you guys to know that I love you. We're going to do a love reading, and I'll put yours out first because I don't want you guys to hate me for this reading. It's not me. This is when I do readings, I want you guys to know I channel them. They're not coming from me. I connect to the higher selves and the messages from the deities that want to contact you and want to guide you. So I won't even remember this in a couple hours. Remember exactly what I said to you at all. But that's why they're intense. The Witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. Scrying, intuition. Ooh, okay. The Witch. Or actually, there's one more, isn't there? Oh, Aquarius, you're killing me. You're exhausting me. Come on, one more. That's what I thought. There we go. So, the Witch, the earthly weaver of the worlds. Where is she at? Holding the Witch card means that you can weave your own change throughout your life and that magic is indeed afoot. It may also indicate that others may be threatened by your developing personal power and they may not appreciate or like the changes in you as you grow. Be prepared for this and do not be discouraged. New friends and better opportunities will be attracted instead. We also get scrying. if I ever find it. There it is. Okay, so should you pull the scrying card, I suggest you try it for starters. It also indicates that you may wish to develop your intuition further and not rely solely on the logical part of your mind for all the answers. True wisdom takes a balance of logic and imagination and intuition for true wisdom. And then we get graveyard, unnecessary fear, as Scylla gets herself all worked up again because I'm working. She only does this, I swear, like as soon as I turn this on. Pull this card and know that you fear unnecessarily. Things are not as they seem and you can overcome your obstacles. The anxieties you have, although real, should be put aside before they haunt you long term. Instead, trust that you know the correct next steps and that you will act upon them. So, whatever you're fearing, whatever changes you fear, whatever letting go that you fear, and it feels like, again, you have this fear of leaving the ghost behind. You have this fear of this. And you've got to change your ways before they change you. All right, Aquarius, I hope you enjoyed your messages. Hope you don't hate me after this. Wishing you nothing but the best for this month. If you want to book a private reading, all that information is in the description box below. Keep an eye out for your love readings and your 2020 readings, okay? Thank you so much, guys. Shout out to, oh my God, what is this place called? I'm losing it, guys. Oh my God, I might have to turn around and try to look at it. What is it called? Dysfunctional Grace. Got it. It's Dysfunctional Grace, where I got this awesome shirt, and they have a bunch of other metaphysical and cool things in Ybor and Tampa, so check them out if you're in that area. Have a wonderful and blessed December, guys. Namaste. My heart is with you.